Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and welcome to project number 7 of my Father's Day week. So this is the last one today, unfortunately, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Today I have a adorable little record card with a sleeve. So I've just started off with a black circle which was 5 inches, and what I did was I just worked down the layer and sizes of my dies, and then I just cut them, and then I cut the next one out of that, so we ended up with like a ring. I'm sure you know what I mean. As you can see there in the picture, the video, sorry, I just cut a couple of sizes down and then use them as the sort of little lines that the records have on them, and then I used a little just cut out a white one for the middle. So just use what dies you have. If you have circle, layer and circle dies, or I mean, if you're confident enough, you could just use something circular to cut round and do it that way. So as you can see, I'm just gluing those little circle frames onto my main circle. And I'm quite happy with that little effect that it's made, you know, for the record. And then the little white circle, I'm just showing you a couple of stamps that I'm using, just to stamp in the middle. And then I'm also putting those little music notes in the middle as well, which I thought would look really cute considering it's a vinyl record. And then what I'm doing now is I'm just taking my X-cut hole punch and I'm just punching a hole in the middle, you know, just for a little bit more reality, just so it looks a little bit more real, basically. And then I'm just going to glue that into the middle, and I think that looks pretty much like a little record, so I'm quite happy with how that looks. And then the vinyl sleeve, a large piece there which is 6 3/8 by 5 7/8. You need to score the long side at 1/2 inch on each end, and then the short side, just one of them at 1/2 inch, and then just fold and burnish those 3 score lines. And then what I do here is I cut it away and leave little tabs, but I don't know what I was thinking, we don't need them, so I end up cutting them off. So basically all you want to do is cut away the 2 little squares in the corners, which I realised there we're not making a box, we're just making a flat sleeve. So I then cut them off. There we go. So just snip them away. So you just cut the 2 little squares away, and then the smaller bit there is going to go on the back, and I'm actually sticking the score sections over it only because I don't want them to catch. If I put them on the inside, I think that when I slide the record in and out, they will catch those little pieces. So I put them on the outside, and all I'm doing there is I'm just trimming that little piece of card, because you find that sometimes, you know, even though it's the right size, when you're sticking things over the top, they tend to catch. So I've just trimmed a little bit off the sides of it there, and then I'm just gluing those little score sections onto that back piece, and that's what will create our little sleeve for our record. And as you can see, I've just got to trim again a little bit there. It was like bunching up a little bit, so I just tie a tiny little bit off. And I mean, you're not going to see it, it's going to be hidden anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's not neat. And then it was just a little bit sticking over the top, so I just trimmed that off as well. And then I took a 3/4 of an inch circle punch and just punched out a little finger hole there, and that should slide in nicely, which I think that's really sweet. And now it's just a case of decorating how you want it. I've just chose some various little dies and circle dies again, and I'm just gonna stamp some of the little music notes all around the little circle. But I think this would make a really cool card for lots of different occasions. It doesn't have to just be for Father's Day. It's really quick, simple to make, and I think it looks really effective. And then I'm just gluing the white circle over this kind of blue mirror card that I have, which I thought looked lovely. And I've just cut some little dies out that I have, but as I say, just use what you have. And then we also make a kind of stand for the back of the record, so when you take it out of the sleeve you can actually stand it up as well, which I'll give you the measurement for that in a minute. And then I just glue Super Dad over the top, which I just cut out of some silver glitter card, which just gives it a bit of sparkle really. So for the back piece, if you take a piece of card which is 2.5 by 3.5, and on the long side just score it at 1/2 inch, okay, and you will end up with this, what you can see now. And then I just put glue on the bit that we scored, and I just glued it onto the back of the record, and it stands up really well with that. So it's just a little stand to stand it up. So I think it looks really cute. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back again soon. So